What is happening, Internet? How's everybody doing? Welcome back to Batman Arkham Origins. This is episode 22. Thank you guys so much for watching the previous episode. YouTube cut off the stream yesterday because we talked about an 80s show that apparently is a bad, raunchy term now. I can't keep track of all this nonsense. It's a shame because that was a great show. I enjoyed watching it with my dad and my grandfather when I grew up. Was growing up, not when I grew up, but anyway. So we're going to continue more of the insanity of the data packs, and then after that, hopefully Pac-Man will be in the Sonic game, because everybody's looking forward to Pac-Man, right? At least I think so. I think everybody's ready for Pac-Man. In the meantime, if you guys could run the shorts playlist. I was in bad shape after Ace Attorney, so I apologize, but my heart rate was like around 148. And Amber gave me this look like, you're going to bed. And it's like, no, I'm not. And I lost the coin toss. So she had me rest for a while. I feel a little bit better, but I'm going to be pulling a half day, so to speak. I will be on part of the Sonic stream, showing you guys the DLC, and then Amber will be the one racing with you guys. So the Sonic stream will be like 3 hours. I'll do an hour and a half. Amber will do an hour and a half. Something like that. And then, you know, she said she's going to give me something that's going to knock me out, and then I'll probably sleep from like 11 something until really early in the morning. Maybe I'll stream, if I get up early, maybe I'll stream something, because I got to stream a lot. But, yeah, stuff's not doing well, so if you guys could run the shorts in the background. There's been some interesting developments with Warner Brothers and Paramount. A little birdie told me that the reason why they keep rejecting Paramount's bid is because they're trying to make Paramount give them more money. So the bid isn't enough for Warner Brothers. And let me just say, like, outright, Warner Brothers is not even worth $90 billion in its current state. Like, $108 billion, I mean, I think that's as high as you're going to go. And the fact that they're trying to pressure Paramount for even more money when they're not worth it, it's really petty. Like, Netflix is only going to give them $80 billion. And they were getting almost $110 billion from Paramount. And then Paramount actually brought it up to $115. And they still won't accept it. It's not high enough. It's like, what? It's like, I'm sorry, but the company's not worth it. Like, if I was an investor, like, I would be like, what have they done that's worth? They've pretty much ruined the brands of Batman and all this other stuff in their comic books and their video games. I think 108 or even 115 billion, I mean, that's as good as it's going to get. I mean, this is insane. Because they're not worth it.
Anything to report?
Nothing you don't already know, sir.
I agree with that. When Warner Brothers was Time Warner during the Nolan years, Warner Brothers was WB was in great shape during the Nolan years when they were part of Time Warner. When Time Warner brought AT&T into the fold, that's when things really started to fall apart. And then they started to lose billions and billions when they were with AT&T. And then they split off into Warner Media, and they continued to get more debt. And by the time Warner Brothers Discovery bought them, does everybody remember how much Warner Discovery paid for WB? Does anybody remember? Wow! Okay. According to the internet, in 2022, Discovery bought Warner Brothers from AT&T in 2022 for $43 billion. With Netflix, they were going to get $80 billion. With Paramount, they were going to get $110 billion for everything. And they're demanding more money to accept the bid from Paramount. Netflix has said that the value of the studio business is only 20... Hang on. Wow. So Warner Brothers sold... Warner Media sold them to Discovery for $43 billion in 2022. And they want more money? I don't even think they were worth $40 billion back then. I don't get this. This does not make any sense to me. Like, this is insane. People talk about corporate greed. There you go. Oh, they're not even worth. Yeah, but the Netflix deal, I was reading up on this. As I've told you guys before, the Netflix deal is not for everything that Warner Discovery owns. It is only for the intellectual properties of Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones, Batman, DC Comics, Harry Potter, I can't think of any other Warner Brother brands. Oh my gosh. All WB's IPs. They don't want the television networks. They don't want CNN. They don't want Discovery. They only want the intellectual properties of DC Comics and Warner Brothers. They don't want the television companies. They don't want the digital distribution companies. Like they don't want the companies that like make the Blu-rays and DVDs and things like that. They don't want the physical stuff. They only want the intellectual properties, whereas Paramount wants everything. Everything that Warner Discovery owns, they want to give them 110. Sorry, I'm still finishing up my dinner. My wife told me to go to sleep because my heart rate was too high. Whoops.
Attention all units, we need everyone on assignment. No
And usually I don't always do what my wife tells me, but she had a point. My heart rate was very high. Because I haven't been sleeping well. Okay, so where's this data pack? Ah, that's easy. Oh, wait, no, it's not. Wait. Nani. Was that not it? I don't understand. What did you want me to do? Was I not supposed to do that? Ah! Well, that was easy! That's true. Yeah, Netflix doesn't want the TV, doesn't want Cartoon Network, doesn't want TBS, doesn't want TNT. Who owns FX? Does Warner Brothers own FX too? They don't want HBO. I forgot about that. Yeah, they don't want HBO. They don't want the gaming division. They don't even really want the comic books. They just want the rights to the intellectual properties so that they can do whatever they want. They don't really care for DC Comics. DC Comics is like in major debt. But I don't know. I just think it's going to be more costly to split everything up, but what do I know? I still think that years from now, we're going to be talking about how disastrous the Netflix thing was. You want to know what I see Netflix doing? And I'm just going to come right out and say it. I think when Netflix buys Warner Brothers, every single type of content that's on YouTube that is Warner Brothers related, Batman, Harry Potter, Netflix will like do a they'll claim everything. They'll claim not just the music, they'll claim the video. Because Netflix is that petty. I've heard from people when you do reviews on Netflix shows, like Netflix claims the rights to it. Even if you're using still images. So if they own the video game companies, I see them like going after YouTubers and online content creators too. Anything that has a WB icon on it, they're like going to put their stamp on it. I really see Netflix doing something like that as well. Like, I'm not going to put that past them. Which means it's going to be very difficult to do like Batman content without fan funding. I really see that happening. Yes, Netflix is very, very... That's why a lot of people who do like Stranger Thing reviews and things like that, they just show their face. They show very little footage because Netflix are greedy little misers. I've never done any anime reviews from Netflix either. I just talk about it on my Twitter sometimes. What? And if they're the intellectual property owner, yeah, they can do whatever they want. Just like Nintendo can literally... If you play a Nintendo game and Nintendo feels like it, several years ago, even if you use the footage, and it's like a, what do you call it? A work of, shoot, what was the name of that? What was that law that doesn't work in Japan? Fair use. Japan doesn't have fair use laws. They don't believe in it. In America, we have fair use, so we're always butting heads with Japan. But if Japan wanted to, they could claim every single YouTuber's video for having, like, Nintendo characters in it. And technically, Warner Brothers could do the same thing, but Warner Brothers never really did that, because they don't really care about all the YouTube stuff. They're not really a streaming thing, so they don't really care about other streaming things. But Netflix's whole thing, this is what people are forgetting, Netflix's whole kit and caboodle is they are a streaming site, and they do not like other streaming venues. So I could see the acquisition of Warner Brothers going very badly for YouTubers as well, which a lot of these people are clapping like seals, thinking that this is the better deal because Paramount, you know, might have some conservative people on the board, blue, blue, blue. But I see this going disastrously worse as time goes on, because Netflix is just nasty. They also go against, you know how, like, the CW operated? Like, they gave me a copyright strike for doing a review on Gotham Knights, the TV show. Like, Netflix does not like bad press. They give copyright strikes on YouTubers all the time. And things like that for, like, not covering their shows appropriately or something like that. Which is why a lot of people don't really do a lot of Netflix reviews unless they're, like, a big channel. Because they can't take the hit. Also, if you don't do things favorably, you know. And I wish it wasn't that way, but, I mean, that's how the internet works. Some of these companies are just very vile, you know. But I've never had to deal with Netflix before. Because I don't, you know, I don't do a lot with Netflix, to be honest. Once in a blue moon, I'll watch an anime on Netflix. But I mostly keep Netflix. I only have 3 streaming services. Crunchyroll, Amazon Prime, and Netflix. That's it. I've been a Netflix customer for, like, back when they used to do video rentals. So a long time. I don't even use the service very much. There was one anime that I watched on Netflix last year. That was somewhat solid. It had to do with this, like, assassin guy who got married and his wife told him he's not allowed to kill people. And that was the last anime that I watched over there for a while. But I didn't know they had multiple episodes. I only watched the one episode. Or only watched the first part of the season. That's easy too. Let's do more of those. That was very easy. Let's go. No, that's a scam. That's not a real program. Yeah. Does it matter how... I'm just saying hypothetically, they could do that. Because they do go after... Netflix sometimes goes after YouTubers for making reviews of, like, Netflix anime and things like that. I've heard it happen a couple times. I follow a YouTube news channel that their whole thing on YouTube is they just, like, compile reviewers that are being, like, censored on YouTube. So it's a Twitter profile where the dude compiles everyone complaining about, like, you know, censorship from studios for doing reviews. Either non-favorable reviews or reviews that, you know, might have caused controversy. And these people end up there and they talk about all their grievances from companies, like giving them copyright and copyright strikes and things like that. I don't even know who the guy runs it. But how I found this this Twitter handle, when I got hacked, when Amber and I got hacked, this guy was like one of the few news outlets on Twitter that was talking about, you know, the Bitcoin scam. So that's why I ended up following him. I've never talked to him, but I just like follow him for news about like what's going on with other content creators getting their channel shut down and, you know, sometimes like having legal battles and things like that. More or less, I make it my business to know about things because I don't trust companies. I don't trust a lot of stuff. I'm a very untrusting person. But I have good reason for it. It's not like I ended up this way just because. There was a cause and effect. That's what people forget about. My journey to villainhood did not begin day one. There was a lot of pushing that happened that caused me to become, quote-unquote, an internet villain, as people say. Is there any way, like, do I need to use my explosive gel somehow and explode it in between them? I don't see how that'll work. Well, that's great, Batman. No. Yeah, no, that didn't work either. Can I do it high? Doesn't it have to be, like, right between? Me. I mean, I don't see how that's gonna work. Oh, you've seen and heard what happened to me a lot. I mean, some days I'm stronger and I can deal with it. Some days I feel like I'm going to break into 1,000 pieces. I don't know what the internet expects from me. And, you know, anyone else in my situation, they've already told me that they probably would have walked in front of a bus. You know, I think the only reason I'm still here is I'm a fighter and also because I have a belief in God. And that's about it. Also, I don't want to leave Amber alone. You know, so I do the best I can. But there are days where I just, want to, like, just quit and disappear or something. Like, it's hard to have all your life's work just, like, not matter anymore, Like, think about it. Something that you've done for half of your life, and it was taken away from you, in a way. And what you have left is really not much. Like, that's hard. Because every other YouTuber that we know, they still get paid for their viral content. They're still in the search engine. Their channels are just as old, if not maybe a couple years younger than our channel. And they're not necessarily making bank. Nobody's making anywhere near the money they used to. Like, that's why I do have something to say, too. You guys need to be careful of YouTuber scams on Twitter. There's a big one going around. I'm going to blow the whistle on this because this makes me mad. There are people going around saying that they're showing how much money they made in their bank account. First and foremost, it's possible a YouTuber did make like $75,000 one month, but that was years ago. If you don't see a date under the transaction for the payment, they could be showing you something from their PayPal from like 6 years ago. And if anybody says they're going to give you money on Twitter for following them, like 20,000, 10,000, whatever, like that's all a scam. Like, they're probably going to steal personal information from you and, take advantage of people's desperation. But there are very few YouTubers that make 75 grand a month. And those YouTubers have to have millions and millions of subscribers. Especially if the guy only has like 20,000 subs, he's not pulling 75K. Like, if he's got 20,000 subs, at most, his take home is like 2,400. At most. And he would have to have at least, like, he'd have to be averaging, if he only did uploads, every upload that he did in order to make, like, 2,000 a month, he would have to be averaging, like, at least 50,000 views once a week. Because the amount of videos that he has isn't going to equate that number. Like, even me that has 18,000 videos, my 18,000 videos don't all make money. If all 18,000 of my videos made money, I would have 3 houses in California, New York City, and Pennsylvania by now. If every single one of my video made money. Because I have 18,000 videos. I have some of the most produced gaming content in the world on YouTube. Close to 19,000 gaming videos. Nobody comes close to that. And every single one of those videos is not in the search engine. If it was, I would be making bank. Like, I would just stream for fun. Like, in reality. Like, I wouldn't, I'd be like Asmongold in that sense. I'd be making so much money from my older content, it wouldn't matter. But YouTube shut off my older content 6 years ago. So that's why I have to work so much. People ask me all the time, it's like, why do you have to work so much? Because all my older videos don't make any income. They're like, every single one? I said, yep. Every single one. Otherwise, if it did, I wouldn't be here every day. Why would I? I'd be like binge watching an entire anime. There's an anime I want to watch that I don't have time for yet. It's an hour long and everybody keeps telling me it's amazing. It's the best anime of 2026. It's like some type of like fantasy adventure that's an hour long and everybody keeps DMing me. Have you seen this? Have you seen this? Can we talk to you about it? It's like, no, I haven't seen it yet. When do I have an hour to sit down and watch one anime? I have an hour to sit down and watch 2 animes. But I don't have an hour for just one. I'll fall asleep during it. I'm old. I'm like Uncle K-Wing here. I can't dedicate that. Like, 25-minute episodes, maybe, in like 2 of those. But, like, just the idea of trying to sit through an hour in anime without falling asleep after my work hours, no, that's not going to happen. Like, I would love for that to happen, but no, that ain't happening. Right, so there's probably an electrical mechanic somewhere with this, right? Electrical mechanic. Electrical batarang thing. Ah, there it is! That's what it is. Are you trolling me now? Are you trolling me? Go! Yeah! Oh. Oh, wait, no, that's easy. Zap. Hey, there we go. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 da 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 da. You'd have to destroy the blacklisting algorithm? Nah, it goes further than that. It's not just blacklisting and shadowban. Like, remember I told you guys that I was able to get intel from a former YouTube person? The channel was so messed up when they erased it because most channels that commit a bad act, if that channel is making like mucho dinero, YouTube does not erase that channel. We were making mucho dinero. You know? Because remember, the government siphons my income. I have like a huge debt over my head until 2030. I've been a wage slave for 12 years. I will not see a light at the end of the tunnel if I live long enough and not have another heart attack until 2030. I have 4 years of hell left. I think. 2027, 2028, 2029, 2030. So I will not see a dime of everything I've done on YouTube for almost 20 years until a little after 2030. And that's just the IRS stuff. I will never pay off SSI. That is why I'm an activist to tell people do not do SSI, because you will get screwed. SSI is a payment plan. They'll give you money for a while and then they'll demand it back with interest. So after my car accident, I was on SSI, and they demanded it all back as soon as I became a YouTuber. So yeah, I never got to get the fancy sports cars. I never got to buy my parents a house. Never got to buy my wife a house. I've been living in apartments my entire marriage because I can't get... the government, like, holds my debt over my head, and I can't even buy a house. I can't do anything. All I can do is be grumpy online. Because, like, I can't do anything. I'm not allowed to work offline. And my paycheck gets siphoned. Until 2030. Yep. But you got it. If you have SSI, you need to get off it as soon as you can. Before they come, like, after you, like Cousin Vinny, like they did me. I was on SSI from 2004 until 2009. And they came after me like I committed some type of felony. And it was also on record that I asked them to cancel SSI so many times. But because I didn't fill out a form, which they don't tell you this, you have to go and you have to fill out a form to request with a form that is filed and dated and sealed in an envelope that you can pull out in court and say, yeah, I actually have this on writing that we asked them to turn this off. Because we called them over the phone like probably 100 times and said, stop sending SSI. They didn't listen until after 2010, and then they're like, okay, now you owe us all this money back. And they're like, don't worry, you'll pay it off in your lifetime, or your generation will. It's like, oh my gosh. And they're like, by the way, there's interest. So even when I pay off the, like, SSI, or not SSI, IRS, I'll never pay off SSI. I probably owe SSI like 100 grand. I don't know. I've been on a payment plan with them for years, but it's like, you know the payment plans you get on when you go to college? And you had a certain amount of money that you were supposed to pay back the college, but somehow, even though you paid that money back, like you gave them like 50 grand after like 10 years, somehow your debt still doesn't go away. That's exactly what's happening with SSI for me. I've given them probably 50 grand over the past like 10, 20 years, or like whatever, 15 years. But somehow they still say I owe them like, you know, like 80 still. So it's like somehow it keeps going up, like where I can't, no matter what I do, I can't get out. It feels like one of those, you know, things that happens to college kids when they have like hundreds of thousands in debt for going to school and they pay off their stuff, but somehow magically it's still there. It's weird. But anyway, what I was saying is it's not the algorithm that's the problem. Every YouTuber who has their channel suspended for doing shady stuff, you know how Twitch suspends people? YouTube is supposed to suspend people before they erase a channel. They're only supposed to erase a channel if you get like 3 strikes. If you have like 3 copyright strikes, like the channel gets erased. They erased our channel without due process of their, you know, their rules. So when they did that, they messed up our channel forever. So the channel was messed up so badly that it couldn't come back. So YouTube did clone stamping, which is a Photoshop term. Basically, they gave us a brand new channel, and they copied all our videos that they had on their hard drive or wherever it was. They added the amount of views that those videos received. Those like 6,000 videos back then. We didn't have 18,000, 6 years ago. We had like 9,000 videos. And they just put everything back in the search engine. We got a spam upload warning the day our channel came back that said, YouTube said we uploaded like 7,000 videos, and they were like, what's going on? And then they're like, we're just going to waive that. Don't pay attention to that. I was like, okay, not going to pay attention to that. I don't know what that means. They're like, yeah, it's fine. Got the channel back. Notifications didn't work because all those subscribers weren't subscribed to this channel. It was like starting over a new channel, but it was almost like being botted in a sense, if you think about it. You have all your video views that you earned back then, but you're not receiving any money for it. You have all your subscribers that you had back then, but you only have about like 10,000 subscribers show up a day. You work really hard, but your viral videos never get seen again, outside of like a few hundred people that remember them and watch them on occasion. Like, it looks very, very suspicious. But there's nothing you can do about it. So even if, like, we'll say a billionaire bought YouTube, this channel will never work anyway. Because it's not real. It's like the Matrix. The real Kwingsletsplays died a long time ago. We're just the reanimated corpse that isn't really real. And if you think about it that way, it makes a lot of sense. Why doesn't the notification system work? Why doesn't the viral videos earn anything? Most people's viral videos earn like a few dollars a day. We earn zero. And these are people that have, had viral videos just as long as us, like 10, 15 years. I have viral videos over on my O1 channel. Like, my video that has like 10 million views on it, it earns about like $2 a day. And that video is wicked old, right? That's like 11 years old, something like that. Still earns about like a few dollars a day, maybe $100 a month. It's still there. It's a viral video. Even our old Gaming with the Kwings videos make like a few dollars or 50 cents a day over on that channel. This channel, nope. Only income it earns is the last 28 days. It's insane. It doesn't make any sense. There's no rhyme or reason for it either. And no other YouTuber has to deal with that. So yeah, sometimes that does drive me crazy. I feel like a failure. I feel like everything I did was my fault, which I did. I do take responsibility for being greedy and, trying to do a $2,000, what do they call it? $2,000, what do they call that? Brand deal. I was contracted with a company to do a $2,000 brand deal, which was very normal back then. And the company looked legit, and they weren't legit, and they stole my channel. When I uploaded, or when I installed the program that I was supposed to make a video on, a type of like Corel program. And that was my fault. But I own up to that, that was my mistake. And I feel like I made amends because I helped a lot of YouTube channels, hundreds of YouTube channels, not fall for that type of scam. I've made awareness videos. I've talked about it on Twitter. I've gone and talked to YouTube about that type of scam policy. I've been on, like, Google, Google calls, explaining how this happens, how these phishing scams work. I probably made amends tenfold for my mistake, and, hopefully a lot of other YouTube channels that hasn't happened to them since I put in all that work, Because YouTube's policy for helping with that's my policy. That's what I came up with. Not terminating channels that are Bitcoin scammed and suspending them for, I think it's like a week. That's all thanks to me. Like, I went and told them, you don't want to erase a channel because this is what happens. You erase a YouTube channel, it looks like this. The channel's toast. The only reason we survived is because we have dedicated viewers, like thousands of dedicated viewers, that, do super chats and memberships and stuff like that. But we don't get new people to come to the channel. So once these older people either leave the channel or, you know, God forbid something happens to them, that's it. Like, we'll just disappear with them. Because we don't get a new audience. I've leaked, and I hate to say this, but I've leaked games that had like a 2-week before the game came out. I didn't get any traction online. Like, I was a ghost. And that's hard sometimes because I have developers who still email me and they're like, hey, could you, you know, help us out? Like, back in the day, you looked at our game and it got like 10, 20, 30,000 views. I'm like, I can look at your game and I can critique it and I can give you my, you know, advice or, you know, my opinion, but no, I can't promise you that the audience is going to watch that. And that sucks because, you know, you had a reputation and people know, but there's nothing I can do. There are still people that buy the game, though. According to the developer for that Phelan thing, 150 people from my audience have said that they bought the game from my playthrough. So 150 people from this community have bought Phelan. That's what they've said when they've emailed the director and stuff like that. So, I mean, that's cool. But, you know, that's all we have. We don't have a way of reaching people. And also, I might be in trouble, too, because the newsletter that I pay for, they just told me that I exceeded my, my thing with the Kwings Let's Plays newsletter. They want to charge me $350 a month now, when I was paying $80 a month. The original agreement was as long as I didn't have 2,000 followers on my newsletter, I'd only have to pay $80 a month. Now they want me to pay $350 something because I have 1,100 people on my newsletter. And they're trying to get me to, you know, pay like way more for use of their newsletter. When I'm supposed to get like 30 releases of the newsletter a month. That's what I was paying for. So, you know, now I'm dealing with this company that I might have to change things with the newsletter, and the newsletter is the only way that people find the channel. You know, that's an $80 cost a month.
You gotta be kidding.
And they're trying to get more money from me. You know, it's just crazy. Would creating a brand new channel work? No, you can't get lightning to strike again. I had new channels back in the day. I had a mature channel. I had a clips channel. What else did I do? I had a highlights channel. None of that stuff ever took off. It was just like more stuff for me to do and to update, and it didn't work. Even though I was a YouTube partner, those channels never took off. Eventually, I closed every single one of them just to focus on Nightwing 01 and Nightwing 01 and the Let's Play channel. Because, you know, sometimes lightning just doesn't strike again. I don't know how I, Justine, and all these other people were able to open, like, 8 YouTube channels and get, like, all those channels to either, you know, they would inflate their numbers or what. I don't know. But it's hard enough just to run 2 channels as it is. Because even my other channel, the Nightwing 01 channel, became kind of obscured. Based on working on the Let's Play channel so much. Because I don't have time. The Let's Play channel is like, it's an entity, it's a beast. It requires all of my time and energy. And by the time I'm done working on the Let's Play channel, I'm like an empty husk. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. That means the same thing, but I just feel drained. Like, I feel like Morbius when he hasn't had plasma in the old Spider-Man cartoon from the 90s. Like, I feel like very frail. And then once I have my plasma, everything's great. Vampire reference. Can you guys excuse me real quick? Amber forgot to shut the door. That means Link's in our bedroom. No. Linky, no. Good boy. You are such a good boy. Thank you. You are such a good boy. Thank you. Oh, you could have made Link is such a good boy. You know what he could have done this entire time while I've been yapping? He could have actually gone in our bedroom and slept on the bed with Amber. And I am very allergic to Link. You know where he was? He was sleeping in his cat bed at the top of the stairs, even though Amber's door was wide open. Isn't that a sweet little cat? He didn't go in the room. He didn't do it. He was sitting right there at the top of the stairs. He's such a good boy. Because I can't have him in the bedroom. Like, I wouldn't be able to breathe. No, but I've literally tried everything. Like, there's nothing else to try. There's nothing else to do. I just work and hope for the best. You know? Isn't this the running one now? Wait, I don't remember that. What? Don't be like that, Arkham Origins. Is this the sliding one? Which one is this? I don't remember this puzzle. What is this? Ah, nuts. I messed up. I have to step on the corresponding light, right? Oh, that's easy. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, there we go. Woo! Okay, alright, making progress. There we go. Yeah, this channel became my full-time job. Yep, exactly. And I never wanted it to be my full-time job. The Let's Play channel was a place where Amber and I would come out, hang out, make fun content, and that would be it. And my full-time job would be writing Batman lore and all this other stuff. But the O1 channel doesn't pay for anything. And the amount of toxicity over there, and like, you know, every time I work over there, imagine this. Imagine you have two businesses, right? And every time you work at the other business, your other business, your main business, gets like a brick through its window. Like every time you go to your other place of business to earn money, your other business gets vandalized. That's what happens when I work over on the O1 channels. The Let's Play channel suffers. Because people come over here, people DDoS, people do smear campaigns. They do like these things on Twitter and Blue Sky. Do you remember Nightwing 01? Oh yeah, that guy's a bigot. Or that guy's right wing. Or that guy's far right. Or that guy's a Nazi. Then you have all these thousands of people like say all kinds of stuff about me. And then the Let's Play channel suffers. So they, you know, I'm not really, if I work over on my other channel, like there's severe consequences from weirdos that, you know, basically harass my main source of job, which is over here. Like, this became my main thing, and it never was supposed to. Because I never wanted to do YouTube as a 9 to 5 thing, but think about how much I work every day. I stream at least 11 and a half hours a day, every day. That gives me no time to do projects, that gives me no time to, you know, do really anything at all. But if I don't put in those amount of hours, I don't make the money I need in order to pay the U.S. government. If I take like a couple days off, I earn less money. And if that happens, then I have less money to have taken out of my check. I can't pay my bills. You know, I have no choice. It's like I'm doomed if I don't. I'm doomed if I do. So I just like have to keep doing it every single day over and over and over again like Groundhog Day. And there's no... That's why I don't understand, like, when people say they give up on life, it's like, if you really think about it, my life is way worse than most people, but I keep at it. And people have, like, ended their stuff, their existence over small, petty things. Sometimes it makes me mad, especially the YouTubers I know that have, like, you know, gone, and they took the coward's way out. I knew some of those people, and their life was great. They didn't have any types of problems the way that I do. No financial problems, no health problems. I have neuropathy. I had a heart attack last year. Let's see what else is going on. I have like cognitive problems from a car accident from 20 years ago, so I'm losing memory in my head. Every year it gets worse. We have a cat that basically takes a dump all over the basement all the time. To the point where she ruined our carpets, and our carpets had to be pulled. Financial problems. Business problems, like work problems. I haven't been able to fix my car either. My Jeep still has like another $500 in repairs. I went an entire year without actually finishing my inspection because I failed my inspection on my Jeep. Like, it's almost been a year, and I still can't afford to get the brakes fixed yet. So my wife is driving a car that the brakes still don't work right. You know, I have more than enough reasons to say bye-bye, but yet I keep going because I believe that, you know, when life gets hard, you just keep trying. But it doesn't really improve much. It's just kind of like an endless cycle over and over and over and over again. It's just, I don't know, I guess I'm so used to the hamster wheel that I just keep going. But I do get annoyed when I hear like some YouTuber friends just gave up and their reasons for doing it was just, it infuriates me. Not only do I miss them because I knew them, but also their reason for going not anywhere near as difficult as what I'm going through. I don't relate to that. So then I, you know, the people who are gone, I don't really look at them in a good light anymore. It's like, I really liked them when they were alive, but when they left like that, and that was the reason why, it's just like, wow. You know, that person just, I don't know. Makes me mad. Because it could be a lot worse. Every single thing you've done for your entire, like, career on YouTube, you haven't gotten to enjoy it at all. That's me. No trips, no vacation, no sports car, no nice equipment, no good computers, nothing. I can't do anything. Everything I do is owned by the IRS. That sucks. No matter what I accomplish in life, it doesn't matter because I won't get to enjoy it. I hate that. And here's the options, okay? Either you pay your bills or you go to jail. Those are my options. So, either I stream every day for 12 hours or they come into my house, take everything I own, and then throw me in jail for the rest of the debt. There you go. That's my life. You want my life? No, I don't think so. And if you think that the government can't do that, yes, they can. It's called debtor's prison. It's a real thing. You can't pay your debts, you go to jail. It's real. Yep, but that's the reason I've become such a grump over the years, is because I haven't gotten to enjoy life. Other than marriage, which marriage is great. We lost our baby, so didn't get to have a baby. Lots of stuff. The swatting. Oh, it's too much stuff. There's even too much stuff to write in a book. It's just too much. It feels like my life is a bad B-movie sometimes. There's just too much stuff. Even I have a hard time believing half of it, but it's all true. That's what sucks. I have no idea how to do this one. I remember looking at this puzzle and being like, yeah, no, I don't want to do this one. Hey, John, if you're around, I could use your expertise for this one, because I got nothing. I have no idea. I'm looking at this. I'm not seeing solutions. Well, I mean, they can't do anything. The statute of limitations is over in 2030. If you think about it, like, my debt to them was $75,000 to the IRS. I've paid them, according to my bank records, this is a crazy thing. I've paid the IRS back $68,000 since 2012. And yet they still say I owe them another 30 grand. And it'll be over, they promised me it'll be, according to the court record, it'll be over in 2030. So I'm going by the court record. But it feels like to me that the price has just kept going up. Like, I feel like I've paid off the IRS years ago. It's like the whole SSI situation where it's just like you can't get out of it. Because I'll explain it to you this way. I've had $1,600 taken out of my wages since 2012. Every month. Plus, I've had to pay taxes at the end of the year on top of that. How long do you think somebody can do that? Like, theoretically, how long do you think that any business or any person could afford paying taxes twice a year? Okay? Don't you have a right? Don't you think I have a right to be a little bit insane online? Would you be able to do that as long as I have? How did I get audited? The IRS made a mistake because they labeled my business as a corporation instead of a limited liability company. So because they labeled me as a corporation, I went from paying $11,000 in taxes to $55,000 in taxes 1 year. And when I couldn't afford it, who could afford? How can a two-person business afford $55,000? Right? The IRS came after me and audited me when I couldn't pay the 55 grand. And then, this is why I hate the IRS, though. The IRS is a company you can't take to court. They're a U.S. government company. So any type of mistakes that they make, you as the tax person are liable. So I've been paying for the mistake of the U.S. government under the Obama administration for a long time. And the only people who can forgive my debt would be like the President of the United States or the U.S. Secretary or whatever. That's a long time. So I didn't even do anything wrong. I actually, we were an LLC for the longest time. We paid the LLC taxes. We gave them everything that was on the books. And then when they listed us as a wrong company, because you realize there's different corporations in the United States for a tax code, right? You've got LLCs, you've got corporations, you've got, I forget. There's like four different like penal codes or something for businesses. There's like 4 types of businesses in the United States. LLC is the smallest one. And they listed us as a corporation, which was way more in taxes. Explosive gel gets the first button. Uh-oh. Wow, the controller crapped out again. Okay. Explosive gel gets the first button. But that's the thing, though. Like, most of my life I haven't done anything wrong, but I always pay for it. That's the funny thing. That's why I tell people online sometimes life is just a joke and I'm the punchline, because most of the stuff that I've done, it's not even that bad. Okay, John, I'll bite. How do you get in? Where's the doorway? Oh, I'm in. Wait. There's a hole over here, isn't there? There we go. The reason why I'm such a happy-go-lucky guy, though, is because I have a dark sense of humor. That's it. What? Okay, I'll bite. Now, how the heck do I get that? What? I don't see even a way to get in there. It's like, what? John? I can't see the solution. How? Oh, never mind. Oh, I know. I know. Like, I've had tons of Christians tell me I'm like the modern Job, and I tell them I don't want to be the modern Job. I can't deal with this. I feel forsaken. I feel broken. I'm swearing online more now. Like, what's next? Am I gonna, like, end up going postal like the 90s? Like, what more can people take from me? I can't take anymore. I can't be the Mr. Rogers of the internet. I can't take this pressure. I can't take this pressure of streaming 12 hours a day. I literally had a heart attack. Like, what is left for me to take? There's nothing left for me to take. I don't have my health. I don't have finances. I have my hair. Woo! I have my hair and I look like a vampire. That's great. But my insides are crap. If I checked off my organ card, they wouldn't even want my organs. Like, if something happened to me, they wouldn't even want my organs. I wouldn't even be able to do that. So it's like, what? I hate to say this, but what the hell does God want from me? Because I got nothing left. All I do, I'm just counting down the days until 2030 hits. And then for the first time since like 2008, I will finally be able to enjoy my YouTube career again. And go on vacation. That is my whole end goal. Or not end goal, that's my whole, like, I'm taking time off in 2030. Because I won't have to worry about people siphoning my whatever I make anymore. I won't have to make a certain amount and have this, like, thing, you know, hovering over my head all the time. Like that, when I was panicked and I told you guys at Christmas time, like, we lost, like, 5 ultimates. You know, I was going to be in big trouble because most of my income gets siphoned. After I pay my rent, after I pay whatever, the government takes whatever else. The U.S. Treasury takes it right out of my bank account. You imagine that? Because you can't fight that because it's the U.S. Treasury. Like, the U.S. Treasury deducts from my paycheck every month without fail. And I can't do anything about it. I can't even stop the payments because it's the U.S. Treasury. I feel like a criminal. It sucks. There is nothing. I already told you, the IRS is not liable for anything. That's why I hate the IRS, is because the IRS... Like, my hatred from the IRS didn't start, like, one day. It built over years. Like, I've been to court twice. In Philadelphia. I did what's known as an offer and compromise. And that's all I could do. I've done everything that I can. There's nothing else. Believe me, I looked at everything that is possible to look at. I've went to lawyers, I read up on stuff my own, I've talked to tax professionals, I've done everything that's possible. This was the only solution. And everything was going great until YouTube shadow banned me because I was like, oh, it's okay. As long as I earn this amount. And it's like, uh-oh. Then I'm like, well, as long as I earn this amount, it'll be okay. And it just keeps going down and down and down and down every year. And it's like, okay, now I'm a little worried. Yeah. Blah, 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 blah. So it's like, I'm not even obsessed with money. I just know I have to make a certain amount in order to survive. It's like, I'd be a lot happier if I didn't have the IRS to worry about, but there's nobody who can do it. There's only one person who can do it, God, and he doesn't want to. How's that? He could. He could easily erase my debt whenever he wanted to. He chooses not to. And I don't like that. That makes me mad. Because there's nothing I can do. I've done everything I can as a person. There's nothing else. And he could snap his fingers and it'd be all done. But does he do it? Nope. And I know, don't test the Lord thy God and all that other stuff, but I'm still mad at him. I've been mad at him for years. I will continue to be mad at him, because, I don't know, who else can I get angry at? And I don't talk to people about church about this, because when I talk to people about church, they really piss me off. So it's like, I just, you know, sit in the pew, go home, whatever, because I don't even talk to other Christians, because they just bother me. So I just vent online sometimes. Some days I talk about it, some days I don't bring it up. But it's always in the back of my head, you have to understand that. Like, I'm always thinking about it 24 hours a day. Always looking to see how much money we're making every month. Looking at the bank account, looking at the date, all kinds of stuff. It's like I've become obsessed with it. Because it's scary, you know, I don't want to go to jail. With my neuropathy and my cognitive issues, I won't survive very long. Like, I might be able to defend myself for a while, but eventually, you know, people are going to notice that I have a bum leg. I'll start losing fights, and I won't be able to get my medicine that I need to take every night, because people will take that, because that's a controlled substance. You know? I'll die in prison. So my mind's always, like, you know, always going. My problem is I don't stop thinking. I don't have any peace. I don't have any peace. I don't have any quiet. All I have is plans, contingencies. Just cycling on in my head over and over and over again. I need to do this. I need to make this amount of money. I need to do this. I have to work this amount of hours. This game's not working. I need to look at this one. I need to advertise with this company. I need to do this. I need to do that. People aren't watching the shorts. People aren't doing this. People aren't doing that. It's just a constant machine every day. 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Same thing over and over and over and over and over and over. And over. And some days I don't mention it, but I'm always thinking about it. That's the truth. I just don't bring it up some days. Some days are better. The days that I get like hundreds of dollars in super chats, that's a good day. I don't talk very much. I don't say anything. I'm just like, wow, okay, that's good. That's going to put us someplace wherever. But the days I don't get any super chats, it's like, oh shit, that's bad. But it's like, just shake it off, it'll be fine. A week goes by, no super chats, no memberships. Oh, that's real bad. Well, I need to change content. I need to do this, need to do that. And the problem is, with ADD, you're always thinking with ADD. So, on top of me being obsessive about work and stuff like that, my mind is constantly just, you know, a mile a minute because of the ADD too. So, the situation just makes it worse. It, like, makes my ADD, like, super kryptonite or something. But, I mean, that's, I never understand why people say, oh, I'm totally jealous of you. It's like, you get to do what you want. It's like, do I? Do I really get to do what I want, though? I don't think so. I have the ability to do this. Do I want to do this anymore? Not some days, no. But what happens if you quit? You go to jail. Somebody's like, you should just quit. It's like, cool. Where's the money gonna come from? That's my favorite thing when people are like, wow, you're so stressed. Maybe you should retire. It's like, that's great. Can you tell the government I quit too so they can forgive my debt? No? Then I have to keep going. I'd love to, yeah. Love to take like a 6-month vacation, but where's the income gonna come from? Amber can't do it. Amber falls asleep on streams like after she can barely stream for like 3 or 4 hours without dozing off. Somehow I managed to stream for 11 or 12 hours without dozing off. I don't know how I do it. Willpower? I don't know. I'd make an amazing Green Lantern. I don't know. Streamers ask me all the time. They're like, how do you stream so long? I don't know. They're like, really? I said, yep. They're like, you don't have any secrets? I said, nope. I just will myself to do it. If I get tired, I punch myself in the face. They're like, what? I said, yeah, my audience has heard me do it. I was dozing off on a stream last year. I punched myself. They heard it. They were like, what was that? Nothing, I hit my knee. I didn't hit my knee, I hit my head. I was falling asleep. I went, boom! And I was like, alright, I'm ready to go. Might have a concussion, but let's do this. Because, yeah, you get tired. And you're staring at a screen all the time, the warmth of the TV, the comfiness of the couch, your body's like, ah. But the thing is, what you have to understand about life is sometimes you have to do the things that you don't want to do. That's what being an adult is. You have obligations, you have bills, you have debt. You can't just fold in your cards when life gets hard. You have to buckle in and keep going. Even though I would love to fold, I can't yet. I promise I'm going to disappear for like a couple months though once 2030 comes around. I'm just going to go offline. You're not going to know where I am. I'm just going to disappear for a while. I have no idea where I'm going either. As soon as the IRS says you're done, be like, see ya! I'm leaving the country. I don't know where I'll go. I'm out of here. I'll be back. I don't know where I'm going. I'll let you know when I get there. Uh-oh. Yeah, John, good job pushing the shorts, because I might have to make one. I may have to make one. Oh, I went crazy a long time ago. That's my secret. I went cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs years ago. I didn't go crazy from politics, though. Although technically I did, because it's the government's fault. The government is the reason why I went crazy. But I'm still here every day. You know what they say about people who are crazy? At least they're committed. I'm committed to my job. That's funny how that works out, isn't it? Anyway. Okay, how do we do this one? They say crazy people are committed. Crazy people work hard, too. What is that? That looks like something of significance over there. Is it really that easy? Wow! That was easy! Man, I've been dreading these things, but some of these are really easy. Much easier than Arkham Knight. I mean, they're irritating, sure, but they're not that bad. Some of them are, but not all of them. Maybe WB Games Montreal didn't know how to do Riddler stuff, because Rocksteady is sinister with their Riddler stuff in Arkham City and Arkham Knight. But this is not. Whoa, bad. Bye. It's tedious, sure, but it's not like, you know, rage-inducing. It's okay. I'm just kind of like, oh, okay, I need to go and do this. Well, okay. But it's not, like, downright, like, ah! I remember, like, really getting angry doing Riddler stuff in Arkham City and in Arkham Knight. But Arkham Origins, it's just kind of like, okay, this is what I gotta do. No problemo, you know? I just have to go here, and the fast travel makes it so easy to do this. You just fast travel to where you need to go. Whereas in Arkham Knight, you have to glide everywhere. And you have to beat up Riddler people and stuff. You have to beat up Riddler people a lot. You don't have to beat up the Riddler people as much in this. You beat them up. This is what I loved about Arkham Origins, okay? Give praise where praise is due. Once you beat up all the handlers that are on the map, you don't have to do it again. Whereas, when you beat up the handlers in Arkham Knight, you have to continually beat up the handlers in order for Riddler stuff to pop up, because they're not going to give you the location of everything when you beat them up. They'll give you some of it. You have to continually pound on them to get more information. Whereas in Arkham Origins, when you take down a Riddler guy, the entire map lights up where everything is. That's wonderful. I wish the other Arkham games would keep that template. They don't. But that was the WB Montreal thing, which is actually very good. I like that. I like that very much. It's a flying bat. Don't worry about it. If you don't approach him, you won't get broken. Probably. There's a Riddler thingy here, right? I don't know. Yep, but I don't have, like, the secrets of success for YouTube. People ask me all the time, it's like, what works for me is not going to work for you. And also, my motivation is not, they're like, how do you stay motivated all the time? It's like, oh, I've got stuff to keep me motivated.
Keep this channel open.
How do you do this every day? I have no choice. That's the question, though. If people had the same, like, you know, Grim Reaper over their head, would they still do it, or would they disappear? Would they flee the country, or would they keep going? Did I handle this wrong by staying? What was the right thing for me to do all those years ago? Should I just gone to, like, some island in the Pacific and just disappear? Should I have kept paying back the government for something I didn't do? If I had a time machine, I would probably find out the other alternate route. I might have done things differently. I don't know, though. Whoops. What does this mean? Nani? Huh? Is that not right? What is that? What does that mean? Do they have to all be in a row? I don't understand. Eh. Okay, I don't know how that worked, but whatever. Let's go with that. Yeah! I have no idea how I did that. Ah, whatever. Mm-hmm. 1970s Batman outfit is no, this isn't 1970s. This is Long Halloween. You had a bat in your apartment? Are you still in the hospital, Joseph? You home? Are you home now? It's a bummer I didn't get to look at Miles Morales this year, but I'm not going to have time. I usually look at Miles Morales and Arkham Origins the same year, but I didn't have time. I was still working on Metroid. I have to bring Metroid back. I have to do a bunch of stuff. Because I do want to finish Metroid. I don't really care about the solo leveling game, because I don't want to put in all that extra... I don't want to put another 10 hours into the game just to beat it. It's not worth it. I really don't want to. It's torture. It was a fun game once, but all the updates ruined the game. It's unplayable. I don't want to be forced to grind like another 10 or 11 hours just to beat the game. That's not fun. Like, I wouldn't mind putting the 10 hours in if I could get like 20 levels over. I would do it, but just like one level every hour? That's stupid. That's so much work. Like, I've fallen asleep so many times trying to do those blasted, like, grinding things in solo leveling because it's just so boring. Like, you're doing the same boss fight over and over and over again. And like I said, the red gates is not worth it. If you die in the red gates, and you were in the red gate for 40 minutes, you're not going to get any experience whatsoever. So your best bet in order to quote-unquote farm levels is to fight the same boss fight over and over and over again for like an hour. and hope that you get, like, at least, like, 300 XP a fight. Because if you only get, like, 184 XP a fight, it's going to take even longer to level up. But the red gates only give you about 450 experience, and you can't die. Otherwise, you get nothing. So then you easily wasted 40 minutes that you could have been grinding in another part of the game. And actually gained experience. So, I don't like it when people are like, just do the red gates. It's like, the red gates don't work, though, if you die. The red gates only work if you don't die. And they only give you high experience if you play them on a certain level. What sucks about the red gate is you don't get a lot of health power-ups at all. Whatever you go into the level, that's what you get. It's incredibly frustrating. Meow. Meow. Zelda's meowing. Doot, 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 doot. Heck yeah! Oh, wait, no, that's not it. What? 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 Come here! There we go. Oh, I don't care if the channel's in trouble. Why would I care if the channel's in trouble in 2030? My obligation to the government will be over. Like, I won't have to earn as much money I do a month anymore. I could earn like $1,000 less and still pay my bills. Like, I could, like, the channel without me around would probably make like $80 a day. Like, with me just gone. But $80 a day won't pay my debt. I have to stream. Like, that's not enough. I don't think you understand. They're taking like $1,600 a month for like a long time. Like, my rent is almost $1,600. So I'm basically giving the government rent, plus I'm paying my taxes at the end of the year too. I'm paying taxes twice a year. Actually, no, I'm paying, it's like I'm paying estimated taxes at the same time as paying new taxes every year since 2012. I didn't even realize I made that much money on YouTube, but I didn't see any of it. You know? I never got to do anything. Everybody else had, like, you realize that when you get a viral video, you're supposed to buy, like, a Ferrari or something, or a house? You know how many viral videos I have? 450! I never got to do anything! Nothing! I've never got to buy anything for myself, or my wife, outside of Christmas. And I have to write off Christmas with the Kwings as a tax write-off so I don't get in trouble by the IRS. Because it's a video, it's an unboxing video. I can't even spend regular holidays without making videos of them. You know, I don't really get to enjoy really anything. If I have a kid someday, I'm going to have to film his birth and put it online. You know? Smile for the camera, Ams! Why do you think I do the Christmas with the Kwings? It's a tax write-off. Everything that's opened on camera, you know, it's a vlog. Yeah. Like, like, the only fun that I have is streaming with you guys, because you keep me sane. Like, the only tether that I have to reality is my viewers. Like, I would have become the Joker so many years ago based on all this stress. Like, my audience keeps streaming fun, but streaming to me, it's not just a 9-to-5 job. It's hell. It's my own personal purgatory that I have to do. It's like I'm in Dante's Inferno. Some days are great. Other days, it's like, I'm Arnold in my head. Yeah! You know? Don't want to do this. Don't want to get out of bed. Yeah! I don't care about the debt. I don't care about this. I want to stay in bed. I want to go for a walk. I don't want to do this. Rent in Pennsylvania is like New York City. Well, I mean, rent in Pennsylvania was cheap. When I moved to this apartment in 2017, it was $1,100 for a 2-bedroom with a basement. It's now $1,600 a month. So when I first moved here, and they would add, the rent would go up like every $35 a year, I think. And then after the pandemic, it went up by $75 a year. So they were like, I moved here in 2017. My previous apartment I moved from, I was paying like $1,800 a month for the first Pennsylvania apartment, which was really nice. Amber really liked that place. I didn't. This one that we got like further out, away from the big cities, they wanted $1,100 with the finished basement, all that other stuff, and it was like that for quite a while. Like it took like, I think it was like by 2019, it was then like $1,200. $1,250 or something. In 2025 now, it's almost $1,600. And Amber's like, I think we have to move again. It's like, where are we going to go? We've been downsizing apartments since Boston. Where are we going to go? And she's scaring me. I'm like, I can't afford this place. And she's like, but can you? It's like, well, maybe another 2 years at least. Maybe until 2030, I think. But it's like, no, I don't want to live in an apartment my whole life. I wanted a house. Wanted a lot of things. I haven't gotten to do anything. I don't think people don't understand. I've never gotten to do anything that I want to. At all. And because I have this stupid conviction and like this, you know, to do the right thing, even though this debt isn't my fault, I still feel like I have to pay it. Well, I mean, I have to pay it because they're going to come after me. But, like, you know, most people, most YouTubers, look at Completionist. He became a criminal. You know? he did all this stuff for years. It's like, can I do something like that too? I need something to get the stress away. But it's like, I'm just not villain material. That's the problem. If I try to do something bad, my conscience gnaws at me. You know, it's like, I did try to find ways of preventing the U.S. Treasury from taking my money. It didn't work. As well as I didn't feel right about it, because it was like, well, they said I committed this, and blah, blah, blah. But it's like, did I really do that? It's like I had a little demon on my shoulder. Like a little devil guy. That's my problem. Like, if I didn't have, like, something at me, gnawing at me, like Jiminy the Cricket, I would probably do a lot more bad things. But I feel guilty, and I feel... I just can't do bad things. It you know, it gnaws at me. Like, I wish there was a way to shut off my conscience. If I could shut off my conscience, I think I would have a lot better thing. Like, for instance, like when people give too much in super chats, I get really concerned about other people. Like, I worry about how much can people afford. You know, I just made $1,000 in super chats. What's going to happen to this person? Is this person going to be able to buy... You know, can they, what if they have a car accident? What if this person can't pay rent? What's going to happen with this? What's going to happen with that? So when all these people were overwhelming me with super chats, like my mind was like going like the Micro Machine guy, because I was worried about everybody giving money. It's like, can they afford this? It's almost Christmas time. What's going to happen? New Year's is coming up. Are they going to be able to afford food? Did I just take away dinner from somebody? You know, my mind was just constantly going, brrrr, and all these super chats just coming in. Bam, 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 bam. I was having a panic attack. Because, like, I was concerned, like, what in the world is going on? And then once we reached our goal, it's like, stop. I don't need this. I don't need this anymore. We're okay. People just kept going. Most YouTubers would be just like, they wouldn't say anything. They'd try to get as much money from people as they can. But once I reach what I'm supposed to, you know, what I needed, what my goal is, it's like, please stop. I don't need this anymore. We're already well past our goal. I needed $500. You gave $1,000. It's good. We're good. You know, for that point, we were good. And it just kept coming in. I was just getting really, really, like, worried. And, you know, I don't know you guys personally, but I do know that, you know, families have responsibilities to their kids. They've got, you know, jobs. They've got bills. I know what it's like to be an adult. I have bills, you know. That's my problem. Like, I wish that I could turn off this Jiminy Cricket in my head, because I'd probably be a better content creator. Like, I have too much empathy. I think that's God's fault. Because I'm really not that nice a person. Amber gives me the evil eye? Yeah. Alright, John, I'm lost here. I'm just going crazy. How do I do this? I'm standing on this stupid thing. What do I do? Like, where did it open this? Nunny. Oh, is it really that simple? I just walk in and blow it up? See, I can't even think right now.
Potential assignment incoming.
I can't think about anything right now. I'm just having, like, one of those really weird days today. I'm not helping you. I don't care. I'm doing a red alert thing. Deal with it. Call the cops. That's their job. Can I shut off comms? I don't want to hear this guy die. I can't help him. I'm busy. I was in the middle of a Riddler thing. This better be good. Like, you owe me for this. Cash or credit. Oh. Yeah, but anyway, you gotta be careful with those Twitter and Blue Sky things because those are scams. Like, they're trying to get your information so they can probably steal from you. Like, if you see somebody giving out large amounts of money and showing their PayPal, chances are they haven't made that money in years, especially if they have, like, you know, not that many subscribers. It's just like a common sense thing, but I see a lot of people falling for that online. So you just gotta be careful. Because I still believe the internet is not a safe place. You shouldn't put your real name, never put your address, never take a picture of your house on the outside. If you're going to do vlogs and stuff, take a picture of your house inside, but don't show your house from the front because people will be able to find you. Even if you don't show your number on your house, like, don't film your house because people will find you on, like, Google Maps or whatever. It's kind of hard to find somebody's house by filming the inside, though. You know? And never ever do IRL streaming either. That's incredibly dangerous. Too many people have gotten hurt from IRL streaming. It's insane. I don't know why that ever became a thing. The internet is both a good thing and a very bad thing. That's my 2 cents. You can take it or leave it. But you always, always, always need to be guarded about certain things. Okay, what the heck is this thing? Do. A lot of electrocutioner thing. What? Darn. I'm not going to remember that. Where does it start? Top.
Heard of a guy dressed up like a bat. What's wrong with a good pair of pants?
Yo, I did it. No, we don't have any credit cards. Credit cards get you a lot of debt. We had credit cards when we were first married. We don't have credit cards. Nope. And I don't have any credit because I have debt to the IRS. You may not think it, but government debt also prevents you, it makes you delinquent. I didn't even know that either. I thought, oh, so, yeah. If you're, they started doing that like 15 years ago, that if you have any government debt and any delinquency with the government, they will mess up your credit score. So my credit score is very bad. And it's all because of the government. Like, I can't even get a credit card out. Like, my plan originally when they were like, oh, you have all this debt now, I was like, oh, okay. Well, I mean, I make this much on YouTube, so I can easily get a bank to give me this amount of money. Nope. Couldn't get a bank loan. Like I said, I tried everything. I tried to get credit cards. I tried to do bank loans. I tried to do everything humanly possible to fight this and make my life better. None of it worked because once you have that big red mark from the government, it will follow you until you pay it off. If you ever pay it off. I can't get a house. I can't get credit. I can't buy a gun if I wanted one. What else can I do? I can't leave the country. Like, I have to get permission if I'm going to fly outside of the country. I can't do anything. I'm a prisoner in my own country. In my own house, if you think about it. I can't do anything. Why do you think I'm here all the time? I can't do anything I want. So, when I had those miserable little nobodies bothering me and making it hard for me to earn money, I contemplated getting rid of them because they were interfering with my business. I was about to go mobster on them, some of them, because it's like, you know, I don't need this. I have to deal with the government. I don't need to deal with these, you know, crazy people. Yeah, I contemplated a lot of things when that stuff was happening because I already had so much going on. They almost made me snap. I don't think anybody would have missed some of them, but still, like, they came very close to making me go postal. A couple times. Especially after the swatting. If that officer didn't calm me down, I could have said something very incriminating back then. Because I was very angry, you know? But all my anger stems from the government anyway. No matter who it is, Republican or Democrat, it doesn't matter. They all have the IRS. The IRS responds to everybody who's in office. That's why I say they're two sides of the same coin. It doesn't matter who's in office. It's the same bureaucrats. It's the same branches of government, same problems. People just don't know any better because they haven't gone through it. I've gone through it. I've been in debt with 4 presidents, if you think about it. I've been a wage slave to the IRS for 4 U.S. presidents. I believe. I think W was still in office when I got hit. Either that or it was Obama. Maybe it's been 3 U.S. presidents. Obama, Trump, and Biden. I don't think you count the same president again. Well, the Wii version, you have to remember, the Wii U version is slow. The Wii U version is very, 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 very slow. It's very, it doesn't jam up. What's the word I'm looking for? It doesn't sputter. What is that word? Oh, guys, watch the shorts. We're about to drop. Everybody click that stupid cat short. Lags? I mean, maybe lag. No, I don't think lag is the word either. It wasn't sputtering. It's like it means like slow down. Like, you see how smooth the gliding is in Arkham Origins on the Steam Deck? You see how smooth this is? Like, the Wii U version, even when Batman would run, like, when he would run and stuff like that, it wasn't as smooth. It was, like, a little slow. Not, like, noticeably, like, too much. Especially for back then, because, I mean, you know, a lot of games didn't run at high frame rates anyway. But you would notice that it just felt like it was kind of a little slower paced. Whereas this one, I mean, I don't know anything about fidelity or all that other stuff, but the game runs amazing on Steam Deck. On Steam in general. Like, it's fast, it's fluid. It still has the bugs, and it still has the problems, but it feels good. Whereas PS3 and Wii U, it's the same game, mind you. It's just, slower. Like, okay, I know what it's like. It's like the game was running in slow motion. How's that? Wait, what? How are you... But I can't turn off the Steam. How? How does one turn off the Steam? What? No, the Steam is still going. Oh, you let off the Steam by opening the... Oh, wow, I'm tired. Nah. Fine, fine. I'll give you that one, Arkham Origins. I'll give you that one. Did we make it or no? Ooh. 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 Okay, we're not there yet. Guys, click the short. Let's mobilize. Let's go. It lags. Yeah, just click it. I mean, we're at like 1,001. So we're like barely gonna clear 1,000 views an hour. Like we're like, I mean, the next stream is Sonic, obviously. This stream hasn't gotten 1,000 views yet. But if you think about it, even though I don't like what I do, I've calculated this perfectly. I know how long I have to work. I know how much money I have to make. And if I didn't have that debt, I would know exactly how much money I need to make to pay my bills. Like, if I didn't have, like, $1,600 taken away from me every month, you know, I would be able to save money. I'd be a lot happier. Even if I was making, like, a couple $1,000s less a month. If I can survive until 2030, I guarantee you, and when I mean survive, I'm not going to cash out. I mean, like, if I drop dead of a heart attack or a stroke from stress, like, I don't believe in self-yeet, you know? I had one very bad day in high school where me and a Razor were alone together, and I did do something stupid. And I learned from that, and I still carry that scar on my my left hand, my left arm. Like, right by the vein of my left arm. Because I was getting bullied, people were saying I was gay, I couldn't get a girlfriend, people were constantly getting in fights with me. I hated my existence. And my dad stopped me, but, that was a very painful memory, and I swore I would never do that again, and obviously I never have, because things are way worse than it was in high school. I developed a very dark sense of humor from that, and I still carry, like, a lot of weight from things like that, but that's why I'm a big person that tells people don't to do self-harm and things like that, is because I've been where some people have been, because it was very bad, what happened to me. But even, looking back as an adult, I don't think that my life was that bad that I needed to take that drastic step. you know, because it was after that that I formulated my plan to graduate school early and get the hell out of Dodge, basically. You know, but I was pretty broken up. Like, I was young. I didn't know what was going on. I think it was like 17. I was 16 or 17 years old. But that's why I get very upset when YouTubers cash out like that, because, you know, I was where they were, and I got through it. And I didn't have counseling. I didn't, you know, call a number. Those numbers didn't really exist back then. I just realized I made a mistake, and I'm thankful that I got to survive it, you know. I was very lucky. But it was wrong, you know, the amount of bullying that I had to go through. It wasn't right. You know, I couldn't get a girlfriend. Everybody in school hated me. Everybody was picking a fight with me, and I had to, you know, literally, it felt like I was fighting for my life sometimes. I get jumped by people. I'm very thankful I knew martial arts, but it wasn't a fun existence, you know. I would sometimes skip school because I didn't want to mess with people. I didn't want people to bother me. I felt like I had, like, a mark on me, like, no matter where I went. Like, the popular girls were mean to me, the jocks were mean to me, the geeks were mean to me. Nobody in high school was nice to me at all. I was alone. It wasn't until my last year of high school where I actually made some friends, kind of. And that's because, you know, it'd been years since the freshman incident. And, you know... But I was still leaving anyway, so I didn't really make attachments once I did the summer school and I did all that other stuff. But yeah, my arm still hurts from time to time. Like, it's like a reminder. It's a scar. Like, don't do stupid stuff. But I've lost a lot of YouTuber friends over the years. But when I say, you know, I don't know how long I'm going to be around, I literally had a minor heart attack, like, in 2025. Stress is one of the biggest killer of men. And you can tell from how I talk, I have a lot of stress. You know? And I don't have an outlet for the stress. I don't know what my outlet for the stress is. I have no idea. My only hope is that I live long enough and then I can start getting healthy again in 2030, because I don't, you know, the only thing that I'm living for is to pay off my debt so I can start to live. That's what I'm hoping for. That's my major thing. And then I'm literally going to go on vacation, or I'm going to go, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to be like Genie. Remember Genie from Aladdin? He says, I don't know where I'm going. I'm out of here. I'm free. That's what, you know, people talk about, like, what it's like to be a slave. I'm a wage slave. You know, I can't do anything. Nothing that I own, I own. Nothing that I earn, I keep. I'm only allowed to have a certain amount, and that goes to rent, and then I just have, like, $100 for groceries for the rest of the month until next month. And I've been living that way for a very, 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 very long time. Ever since Disney Infinity 1. You know? So I don't relate to people saying, like, all this other weird stuff online, because it's like, I don't agree with that. Like, you're coming up with all this other stuff. Do you get to, like, when you work, where does your money go? Does it go to your bank account? Like, who's taking your money? Because it's like, I have people taking my money. Who's taking your money? Are you just bad at spending your money? Like, if you're getting 39 hours a week, and you're getting, like, I don't know, $12 an hour or something like that, you're making almost, like, what is it, $1,500 a month? Something like that? 15, 16, maybe 1,800 after they pull taxes out. Where's your money going? What are you doing? Are you living within your means? Like, I literally survive with, like, $150 on groceries a month. Eating bread, ramen, whatever. Whatever I can find. I've been that way for years. I know how to stretch a dollar because I don't get to keep very much. But I think I have, like, if anybody ever sues the government, I will be one of the first people to sue the government, because I feel like I have a lot of trauma, and I have a lot of, like, a lot of pain that I feel abused. I feel like I don't even know what the correct term is. I don't feel good. I don't, you know, I don't feel like what happened to me is right. And in America, I don't think it ever should have happened. You know? Like in a third world country, maybe, but I don't think that kind of stuff happens very much in America. Or maybe it does, I don't know. But it just doesn't, I don't know. I have so many questions, you know? So many questions, no answers. I never get any answers, I just have more questions. That's why I say I have no peace. No peace. Just questions. Lots and lots and lots of questions. Hows and whys and all kinds of stuff. Did we hit 1,000 yet? Did we clear 1,000? Oh, thank God. Okay, good. All right, that's enough Riddler torture for today. I think we did pretty good. I don't know how many Riddler thingies we got, but whoa, there's still so much more. I don't even feel like I tackled them all. They're still here. There's still so much more. Did I even accomplish anything today? I don't think so. There's still more. So much more. Yeah, it's impossible to sue the government. They're like, it's like no fault insurance, or yeah, it's like the government has no fault insurance. Whatever bad or evils they commit, you can't do anything as a citizen. Yeah, you're correct. There's no. I'm saying theoretically, if it was possible to sue the government, like a class action lawsuit, I would jump in that. But you know, it's like they have no fault insurance. They're mistakes don't matter. They're the government. They can get away with whatever they want. You can't do anything.
There's been a breakthrough, sir. The bat, well, it brought me a gift. I think. A dead rat. Ugh, disgusting. Still, I believe it to be a peace offering.
Congratulations.
As I recall, there was a time you weren't very fond of bats yourself.
True, but I grew out of it.
Yeah, 1,000 views. I got paid on the stream. I'm done. I got to get the Sonic thing going. Yeah. And you can tell I'm like kind of burned out because I've only had 3 hours of sleep today, so I'm talking kind of fast. Amber's gonna relieve me like mid Sonic stream. I'm only going on like 3 hours of sleep, I think. Something like that. I had a lot of problems with my the heart palpitations or whatever they call it. I was in the high 140s last night. So I didn't sleep much. If you count like waking up gasping for air, that's not sleeping. That's not that I wouldn't call that sleep. That's not REM sleep. That's called like waking up from a horrible nightmare, realizing I'm still in my life or something. I don't know. So I didn't really get. I usually have to get like 5 or 6 hours a night. I'm running on 3, so it's kind of I'm probably chatty because of that. But anyway, I got to get Sonic going. So I'm going to get the Sonic thing going, and then I'm going to wake Amber up. We're going to do the thing, and then she's going to take over the stream for the last half of the stream, and I'm going to go pass out. That's my plan. I can't go to bed yet. I have to make ends meet. This is my job. This is what I have to do. Gotta keep going. You can't throw in the towel when things get rough. You gotta keep going. Because if you throw in the towel, who's responsible for you? You're only responsible for yourself. Have to earn a certain amount in order to pay the debts. There's no way around it. That's what being an adult is. It's not fun sometimes. we're ending the Arkham stream for a while. We got challenge maps tomorrow, and we got other things. But the thing is, if we don't look at the Pokemon, if we don't look at the Pac-Man thing today, nobody's going to watch it tomorrow. You have to look at stuff on release day. If you do not look at stuff at release day or a day before release day, nobody's going to watch. Shadowban. So I don't have the freedom of other YouTube channels. Like when something comes out, I have to look at it the day it happens. Otherwise, no traction. I'm not dead yet. I'm still here. I appreciate that though, Tom. All right, I will see you guys on the next one. You'll be redirected to Sonic. There you go. I don't remember. PlayStation? Maybe.